Hi, everyone. Welcome to Shhhcrets. Before we get into it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like raw, unfiltered opinions and the kind of truth that makes folks squirm a little. Subscribe because today's topic, it's not just scandalous, it's sinister. We're diving into a story that's been whispered in the corners of French media, dismissed by the elites, and suppressed by the press. But now it's resurfaced, louder, bolder, and more disturbing than ever. Is Brigitte Macron really a man? And if she is, what are they hiding? And more importantly, why? Let's start at the top. Brigitte Macron is the First Lady of France. She's married to Emmanuel Macron, the current French president. Their love story was always a little off. While the media fawned over their romantic fairy tale, the truth is, she was his teacher. He was 14, she was 40. Let that marinate for a second. In any other context, we'd be calling this grooming, but slap a title and some Chanel on it, and suddenly it's a love story? Now, here's where it gets deeper and darker. In 2021, a French journalist named Natasha Rey and a clairvoyant named Amandine Roy released a 4-hour expose claiming Brigitte Macron was born male under the name Jean-Michel Trogneux, and that she lived as a man until her 30s before transitioning and re-emerging as Brigitte. They didn't just wake up and tweet this. They spent years investigating, interviewing locals, digging into public records, hiring genealogists. And the most bizarre part? Nothing added up. Photos from her early life, missing. Her alleged brother, never seen. School records, blocked from public view, even when journalists won court orders to access them. Her supposed first marriage, no wedding pics, no hospital records from her pregnancies. Just stories with no receipts. And get this, when the journalists tried to publish their findings, they weren't met with denial or even a classy PR rebuttal. They were met with France's Secret Service. Yes, the government allegedly sent security agents to interrogate, confiscate phones, and intimidate reporters. Now ask yourself, would any of that be necessary if this was just a crazy conspiracy? Let's move to the court case. Brigitte sued Natasha and Amandine for defamation, citing 18 specific moments in their broadcast. And for a while, it looked like the system would silence them. Until last week, the Paris Court of Appeals ruled in their favor. They were not guilty of defamation. Their statements were based on legitimate research and presented in good faith. Let me be very clear. This does not mean the court confirmed Brigitte is trans. It means the women had every right to report what they found, and that the Macron camp failed to disprove it. In other words, you're allowed to ask questions, you're allowed to investigate power, and most importantly, the state doesn't get to silence truth seekers. Now here's where the implications get terrifying. Because this isn't just about one woman or one marriage or even one country. This is about the lengths global elites will go to protect their image. How they'll weaponize identity politics, media outrage, and judicial power to punish curiosity. If Brigitte is transgender and hid it from the public, fine. But don't wrap it in a fake love story and expect the world to eat it without question. Because that's not representation, that's manipulation. Let's not forget, Emmanuel Macron himself was groomed, handpicked, and fast-tracked into power. He rose through Rothschild Bank, signed shady billion-dollar energy deals with General Electric that gutted France's energy independence, and was financially backed by the same people linked to those deals when he ran for president. This is not a love story. It's a cover story. And those who try to pull the curtain back, they disappear or mysteriously die. Olivier Marle, a French MP investigating Macron's role in the corrupt GE deal, was found hanging in his home just this week. He was days away from releasing a book exposing it all. But sure, probably just a coincidence, right? And now that the court has ruled in favor of the journalists instead of addressing the actual findings, the media's running the same tired playbook. You're crazy. You're transphobic. You're obsessed. Meanwhile, the questions remain. Why can't Brigitte produce a single verified photo from the first 30 years of her life? Why won't she walk outside with her alleged brother? Why did the government allegedly interfere with journalists investigating her? And why does anyone asking these things get treated like they committed a crime? We live in a world where the truth is now considered offensive and lies are protected like national treasures. They don't want transparency. They want obedience. So here's the truth. Whether or not Brigitte Macron is a man is almost beside the point now. The real scandal is how many powerful hands have tried to bury this story, destroy the women telling it, and punish anyone who dares to say, wait a minute. If it's false, prove it. If it's slander, debunk it. If it's harmless, why the cover-ups, the lawsuits, and the silence? Because when it comes to the ruling class, nothing is ever what it seems. They're not here to represent you. They're here to protect each other.